Heyo duckies, Andy here, back with another Meme Monday, and today we're looking at my all-time favorite thing that I've created. I think this is the biggest troll that you can use for any of your viewers. You are going to drive them absolutely. You're going to drive them crazy, guys. Let's just get into it, shall we? Make sure you do like the video, also subscribe. All the download links are going to be down in the description, okay? Let's just get on with it. Put your rock over the stone. Let's go. Right, so let's get into this. We need to set up OBS with a couple of things. You will need the freeze plugin, the freeze filter plugin. That is what Exceldraw's made. You can catch that my video on how to install that and get that ready just up here, and all the links are down below for the downloads. And let's get OBS all set up. So I'm going to create a scene, and this is going to be the main scene. I'm going to say it's my just chatting scene, so just chatting there, and we're going to add a webcam source. This is obviously the scene that you're already using. So where's webcam? Video capture. I'm just going to type webcam, set up a webcam just here, change this just to make it look a little bit something like, change the resolution. So we've got the webcam up just there. Now I'm going to create another scene. This time I'm going to call it meme dash Twitch disconnect. If you do it exactly like that, it will mean that you don't need to edit as much code in LioranBoard or Touch Portal. So we're just going to do that. And instead of pressing the plus on the sources and adding loads of different media sources, you can actually just go into the files that I've given you, copy these 3 files just here, and paste them directly in there. Just literally drag and drop, and they should all get put in there. Failing that, you can just press the plus sign and just keep adding media sources manually. So this network error one, as you saw at the end, this is my, I loved it. Cream of the crop. It's just a nice little addition to make it look a little bit more legit. The way that I filmed mine was I went live, and then I actually disconnected on purpose by unplugging my Ethernet cable, and I opened a second version of OBS to do a screen capture of what happened. It is a little bit of a ball ache, but it's a nice cherry on top. But I'm going to delete that one for now. I'll just show you how to do the normal errors. So you'll have these 2 files here. If we double click on them and press the loop on both of them, these have both been captured by me, and I've made sure they're frame perfect to loop as long as possible. So one's 20 seconds long, one's 10 seconds long, and they'll just loop indefinitely without any glitches or anything like that. So we've got the Twitch one there, we've disconnected, and we've also got the buffering one just here. Next up, we need to go to your just chatting scene, or whatever scene it is that you want to crash. Go to filters, and we need to add the freeze filter, so make sure you've got that installed, that plugin. We're just going to add that and call it freeze for now. As you can see, every time this is turned on, it freezes the camera as so. We're going to add now a color correction as well. I'm just going to leave it as color correction, and we just need to turn the brightness down maybe by 0 to minus 0.20 or 25. This is up to you. I think 20 is roughly a nice little look for it. Press close, turn that off, and press close again. On the Twitch disconnect scene, we need to add a scene source just here, and we're going to add the just chatting scene, or whichever one that we're moving from, on here. So it'll just look like your normal scene. Make sure you drag it all the way to the bottom, so the buffering symbol's on top, and also that one as well. And that's it, we're all ready to go. So to get LioranBoard set up, here's a config file that I've created earlier, all got blue Peter on you. So we're just going to copy the config file, configs x, and go to LioranBoard folder, into receiver, and you'll have a load of different config files just in here. We're just going to paste it into there and rename the X at the end of it to whatever number is available. So you might have configs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So I'm going to call mine configs 1 since I've already got a configs file in there. If for any reason you're not seeing configs files, you definitely need to go down to the search at the bottom, type in %appdata. Oh, percent, meant to do that again, don't bing it, bloody hell, don't bing it, bing, %appdata, jump into this folder, move back a folder to appdata, into local, and then in LioranBoard, and they might be in there. That is just usually when LioranBoard can't write to its own folder, so they should be in there. Close that down, and let's open up the receiver. I've actually got it open here, so I'm going to close that and reopen it. There we go. So you can see I've actually got 2 on here. I'm just going to ignore one of them. I'm going to remove it. It was just part of my installation that I was just testing. We're just going to make sure we connect to OBS just as so. And inside Twitch disconnection just here, we're going to open that up, and you should have one button in here. Right click on it and press edit the commands, and you can now just change this to whatever scenes that you're using. So the master scene, replace master scene with the scene that you want to freeze. So if we click on that, and we're going to be doing the just chatting, we change it to just chatting there, and the filter name is freeze or whatever you called it. The meme Twitch disconnect is just there. If you've labeled it something else, put it to there. This is going to change that to a cut transition, so it looks like you're still on the same scene because you're not doing any sort of transition, and then it's going to swap the scene. Change master scene to just chatting again, leave the color correction on. You can play around with all these timings as well, which is always good. So master scene again there, just chatting, and everything will be set up. If you've changed the name of the filters as well, you will have to change them too. So right now, just to run you through this is going to freeze it as soon as I press the button. It's going to wait 5 seconds, and then it's going to apply the color correction to make it look a little bit dim, and then it's going to play the buffering thing at the same time. And because we put that on loop, it can keep going as long as we want. 5 seconds later, it's going to do the Twitch connection lost, and then after a total of 21 seconds, it's going to move to our previous scene. You can select whatever scene you want in there as well, so if you did just want to go back to just chatting and not the previous scene you're on, you can do that there as well, and so on. It turns the filters off at the end. Hit done again. And then now when we load up the Stream Deck, so I'm going to go into the LioranBoard folder and open Stream Deck, just like so. Or if you're using an Android device or anything like that, you can do it straight through there. So now when I press Twitch disconnect, let's have a little look, see if it works okay. We just press the button and hopefully we'll freeze. Just like you can see, we've changed scene. It's frozen. It's going to go a little bit darker now and also start buffering as well. It does look really legit as well, which I really like about this. And then you get the nice authentic Twitch kind of freeze frame. You can change and modify how long these go on for and what transitions you want to use to move to the next scene, but I think this is just going to fade out and change back just there. You can change the scene transitions either using the scene transitions down here or your transition override, or you can go into the LioranBoard code, press edit commands, and you'll see change scene transition. So you can do a plus, change scene transition. You can choose what scene you're going back to. You could type in whatever transition name is in this list that you've got, so you could use your stinger or a fade, and then transition back that way with how long you want the transition to last, and then move it up just here to before this scene transitions. So then put it on for something like 10 seconds because that'll set it up ready to go to that previous scene. And last but not least, let's get it installed into Touch Portal. So I've already given you the file with the button in, so you've got minimum work to do. You've got the Twitch disconnect button just here. So open up Touch Portal and right click on any button that you've got open and available and press import button and jump to the file that I've given you. You'll have Twitch disconnect.tpb. Open that up, and that'll install it in there. We're going to open that up and have a little look what we've got going on. So we might have to change some of the scenes similar to how you had to do with LioranBoard. So if your scene's not called just chatting, just hit the drop down and change it to whatever the scene is. Anytime you see just chatting, just replace that with a name that you need. Feel free to change and mess about with all the wait for as well if you want it to last longer and different things like that. This is just open for you guys to use and do whatever the hell you want with it, okay? It's completely open to you. There's no right and no wrong answer. This is what I always keep saying to everybody. Creativity is just up to you, okay? So have a little look through here. You'll see that you've got turned the freeze frame on, and then it waits, and it puts the buffer on as well. So make sure meme Twitch disconnect is correct as well. So just basically go down here and make sure all your sources match up. And once you've done that, hit save, and we can minimize everything now. Make sure Touch Portal is connected. I'm just going to refresh mine just here in front of me, and I'm going to press the Twitch disconnect button on my iPad, and it should work as so. So we've changed scene just because we've got all the names correct. This will come on, the buffering symbol just there, and then we'll get the connection lost as well as we've done there. and this time at the end it will fade back to our previous scene, which is the just chatting scene just here. We can change that as well if we want to. So if you open up the Twitch disconnecting touch portal, you can change the set current transition by using the drop down just there, and that goes with the scene transitions in OBS. Right, so that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you troll your audience. I mean, if your streams are anything like mine, and you give everybody your kind of access to everything, like doing GTA wasted and stuff like that, and trolling you, it's time to get your own back, okay, guys? Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Make sure you do hit that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, make sure you do subscribe. And if you want this video early or future videos in early, come and join us on Patreon, okay? Put your rock with a stone. Much love to you all. I just want to say a huge thanks to all my patrons that help make me make this content full time, make it free for you guys, and also a huge thanks to all my YouTube members. You guys are legends. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me and the community. Keep it up, guys.